Hello? Can we start, please? Thank you. Yes, hello. I want to welcome you on behalf of our president, Mr. Simos Diamandidis, and from the Greek Exporters Association, and to our final event of the CirclEcon project for the circular economy, which SEVE implements together with other organizations from Bulgaria, Georgia, Turkey, okay, and Ukraine. And I would like to ask Mr. Stavridis to come to the floor and begin his first presentation. Thank you.
Hello, good afternoon. Thank you for joining us in this event of the Circular Economy Project under the Black Sea Basin. I welcome, first of all, to welcome the Deputy Mayor of Thessaloniki and the Consul of Turkey here in Thessaloniki too, and all the rest attendants. First of all, going back to 2019, we have submitted a breakthrough proposal at this time about the action plan of circular economy idea and model in Black Sea Basin. For those that they are not keen with this circular economy, in reality, circular economy is a new era and a new action plan for the European Union that wants to minimize the resources exploitation and also to reuse every single waste. We are the only species in the planet that we make waste. No other species produces waste. And according to the model that we are following, the so-called linear model, in 20-25 years from now, we will need a second planet in order to continue our activities. Our project focused on promoting this new business model to Black Sea Basin area, and specifically to Greece, Bulgaria, Turkey, Georgia, and Ukraine at the time, make a dissemination through various tools that will be presented afterwards to the general public, and develop specific educational material. The Varna Free University was the leading partner and is the leading partner. The project will finish in 40 days from now on. Greek Exporters Organization, European Regional Framework for Cooperation from Greece, ISRPA from Georgia, Samsun Metropolitan Municipality from Turkey, and a victim of the war, Odessa from Ukraine, that despite the problems and the war, and we have to congratulate them later, they finally managed to fulfill all the obligation despite being under the bombing in bunkers and working into shelters. Our project wanted and finally managed to deliver 5 regional studies. We have conducted regional studies in each area. At this point, we must make a remark about Samsung study that was the second best study in this field that I have ever seen the 27 years that I'm working with these projects. It was also a series of breakthrough workshops, circular economy workshops, that included both entrepreneurship, local authorities, scientists, universities, and general stakeholders. It was the first time in Balkans territory that such a mode of working in a project was introduced. It is common in Brussels, but not in our territory. Moreover, we had a multilingual online education. Back in 2018, I think, or 18, I think, Eleonora, the Dean of the Varna Free University Faculty of Economics, introduced the first postgraduate MBA in circular economy. It was the first in Europe, as far as I know. Given that, we had in our goals to enhance this endeavor and make it public, free, for all potential students from Turkey, Georgia, Ukraine, Romania, Greece, but finally we attracted, I think, more from Azerbaijan and Armenia also. 91 people have been registered in this postgraduate certificate. They followed the thoughts in English. Some of them were also in native language, and the last week was the final exams. So we have practically in our territory, speaking general, both in Balkans and Black Sea Basin, the first postgraduate certificate in multi-language environment within the participation of 7 different countries and approved by a European Union institution. It's another breakthrough for this project. Also, the final deliverable of CirclEcon deals with EGTC in order to secure continuity, sustainability, and replicability. For those who don't know what is EGTC means, it is a special form of European legal entities. It's a, let's call it like an NGO or an association that members from different countries can join in a common single entity, normally a non-governmental organization, that is registered in Brussels and has special and specific competencies and can get direct funding from the European Union. Our EGTC is about to be established. We have members from Greece, Bulgaria, Romania, Georgia, and Ukraine, and Turkey will join us as soon as the relevant legal basis will permit it, after the establishment, I mean, because there is a special regulation in Turkey. So the next day of this project will not be just a hidden website that is lost or some deliverables that will be forgotten. It will be a legal entity with shares in Varna that it will be alive and continue our project for the years to come. More than 60,000 people were expected to be informed. Finally, I think that we reached some 280,000. It will be represented later. And we wanted to have 50 experts to be training. Finally, 90 attended this circular economy online module. 12 organizations are creating the EGTC, and we must notice here that all organizations, all these 6 partners that are members of this consortium, have been accredited with European Union funds again, with ISO 14000, means that they have been accredited for their environmental responsibility and management environmental topics and procedures accordingly. It's very interesting to take a look in this one, and if somebody wants to send it, it is in our website, but I could also send it to everybody that will contact us. There was a very nice comparative study conducted through the whole area, and we found out that the legislative maturity and the real maturity of our economies, despite what politicians in our countries says, it's very poor compared always to the average of the European Union. Georgia and Ukraine are out of the discussion, for sure. Turkey is trying. Bulgaria is the best case of all our countries, and Greece has adopted everything, but without any regulatory initiatives. It's very small, and there are a lot of data here. What we learned, that the last 20 years, Bulgaria has made a lot of effort to reduce their waste generation. Greece has the best legal system in Europe, but the second worst outcome in Europe. We are bright in legislation, and the second worst, we got another one is the gold medal. We have the silver medal in the efficiency of these measures. Turkey manages better than Greece and Bulgaria, despite being outside European Union, but there is a lot of work to be done because you have huge industry that does not follow the regulations because they do not know the regulations. Georgia needs some 20 years to go ahead, and Ukraine, before the Russian invasion, was from another planet. Only the 3% of the waste was recycled. The 7% of the country's territory was landfills. Can you imagine something like the half of Bulgaria? Half of Bulgaria, the territory, is landfills. Was. Now all these are coming to the Black Sea as an effect of the floods, as an effect of the war. All of them will come to the Black Sea, and in Samsung, in Istanbul, in Varna, you will welcome them tomorrow or next year. Unfortunately, the next Black Sea Basin Committee must be engaged with this terrible issue that you will face within the next month. It's real life-threatening. We have some challenges to discuss about Georgia and Ukraine, but it is not the case now. It's more technically. What is, let's say, at the end of the day, what we could say about this project is that almost 93% of the population cannot recognize what is the difference between recycling and circular economy. So the general government, the states, the municipalities have a lot to do in order not only to disseminate and inform the citizens, but also to cope with the reluctance in change that everybody has. We don't want to change our habits. We don't want to change our attitudes. It's unfortunately, it depends on the general government or the local authorities to persuade the citizens, because otherwise we have no future. Thank you very much for your time. My colleagues will continue with all specificities.
Thank you very much, Mr. Stavridis. And now we will hear Mrs. Elaine Seidze she's the Executive Director of the International Center for Social Research and Policy Analysis in Georgia. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you for the possibility of being here. Thank you for our hosts, for Greece. Thank you to all the partners for very interesting 2 and 28 months of the project and for the successful completion of our project. I would like to very shortly present you the activities which we have taken place in Georgia and what was implemented by our organization. So, the deliverables and activities implemented by International Center for Social Research and Policy Analysis, which I'm represented today, were the promote the circular economy implementation. So we have implemented the following activities. It was circular economy working group workshops. They were really successful and were breakthrough in our country in Georgia. As Alkis already mentioned, the circular economy in Georgia is really in its infancy. Despite of the very ambitious declarations by our government, so much has to be done in this sphere, and we are happy that we were pioneers in this regard. Also, the regional study that was done within our project, it's the only study available now in Georgia. So this project made a really big significance. So in the working groups, I wanted to mention that there was huge interest from European delegation as well, and they participated from European Commission. And it was continued from the local community. We continued the dissemination with the Inform Key Actors workshops, where we had around 200 participants. And as well as other activities, this was the first time that in Georgia they heard about the circular economy. So we continued by establishment of coordination in the project, and it was experts training, which was implemented by leading partners. We tried to disseminate the information about this program in Georgia, and we had the interest and as well. Also, the International Center for Social Research and Policy Analysis was the first organization, a non-governmental organization in Georgia, which received ISO 40000 certificate. We continued with the communication activities in the project. It was creation of the project website, which was then transferred to the leading partner for future. This was very shortly in details. I will not take much of your time because most of the activities were the same for all the partners. So what I wanted to say, the establishment of EGTC, which we were talking about, was very important step in our country as well, because we had very good support from national authorities, and they declared their support for our future projects as well, if we would like to apply to any program. So the our EGTC will have a strong support from our national authorities in front of European Commission. So this was very shortly what we have done. I will not take more of your time. Thank you again for your time, and thank you for this project.
Now, may I ask Ms. Nikolina Grozeva, the Associate Professor of Varna Free University, Bulgaria, to take the floor. Thank you.
So, in the framework of the project, our team in Varna, a team of 3 professors, has created an online educational platform for distance learning of students. The course was composed and is composed of 6 modules, and they present key topics related to circular economy, and namely, the first 2 are dedicated to life cycle of materials and products and waste management. The third one is describing the business models in the circular economy, including also the innovation of existing business models and sustainable ones. 4th and 5th are dedicated to legal and institutional system of the European Union and European Union's environmental policy. And the last one includes the ways of financing the circular business models nowadays. Each module consists of 3 main topics and accordingly 3 to 4 subtopics. For each topic, we have provided main material, of course, second, links and references to additional materials on the topic, and if appropriate, also additional materials related to the topic for reading further, gathering knowledge on the certain topic. Materials of each topics and subtopics were uploaded in the platform in stages, chronological according to the time schedule of the education. And at the end of each module, we put in assignment or quiz. So the aim of this course, on the one hand is to present the framework, the main characteristics and principles of the circular economy, and also the opportunities for its practical implementation by the entities. On the other hand, a very important role of this course, we think, is to create attitudes in the students, attitudes for ecological thinking, application of circular economy principles in the business, provoking ideas for better management of resources, of financing, of management of materials, products, wastes, and so on. And 91 students were enrolled in the course. The communication was provided in 2 ways, of course by emails, and we have also real-time consultations according to the schedule using Google Meet links, and we have chosen the opportunity for the students to request also a consultation on demand if needed. The final exam was held in the period 31st of May until 4th of June, and it consisted of 30 multiple choice questions covering the main content of the models. So thank you very much.
Yes, okay. Thank you very much. So let me introduce myself. I'm Meide Mergi, the project manager for this project from the Greek Exporters Association, and I will present you what SEVE did in this project, one of the activities, because the other activities were more or less similar. The CirclEcon project targets to promote the circular economy package, common awareness raising and joint actions to reduce waste, common coordination of environmental protection and joint reduction of waste and marine litter in the Black Sea Basin countries, in a lower level, the everyday people supporting and facilitating Brussels and local governments' activities towards circular economy. CirclEcon projects focus on three main aspects: promote the EU circular economy model, inform on waste prevention, reduction and management, and finally establish BSB coordination, that means the countries of the Black Sea, for mutual coping with environmental challenges. This app that we have created provides a virtual open space aimed at promoting Europe's transition to a circular economy by facilitating policy dialogue between stakeholders and by disseminating circular economy activities, information, and good practices, as well as informing users. You can all enter the app, if you wish, through your mobile phone, it's free, and just have a look to see what exactly you can see. For the home screen, you can see the landing page of the app that gives an overview of the toolkit's contents. And from this page, the user can navigate to the desired section. Why we did this? Because most of the people and the majority of children and teenagers, etc., use their mobile phones. So we have the opportunity with this app to come closer to all these people that need to learn about circular economy and how to prevent the waste reduction, and also help them to find out more about this project. There is also a page for good practices. This section includes relevant practices, innovative processes, learning from experience examples, and all information is provided by the stakeholders themselves, who remain responsible for accuracy and veracity of the content. Strategies. In this section, you will find existing strategies for the transition to a circular economy adopted at national, regional, or local level by public authorities. There you have examples, and one can see what the other countries have done also, and give some ideas or propose new things to each country or the area in which he lives. Knowledge. In this section, we will find knowledge such as studies, reports, presentations, and position papers. Also, there is the funding at EU level. From the European Investment Bank. The European Investment Bank contributes to the circular economy by providing financing, advisory support, and knowledge sharing. Also, the European Investment Bank provides finance to circular economy projects promoters, including those with a higher risk profile. Some instruments, private or public partnership, private institutions provide financial assistance and support to the circular economy at national level. Here the app lists all those entities that are compliant with the EU rules about the circular economy. So this is an inventory where one can find other organizations that help towards this issue. EU Circular Talks, at this section, is like a forum that gathers all the approved posts that the stakeholders have created related to the circular economy, and everyone interested in this post can be informed in the section or the relative social media. Also, there are social media that you can enter, but later on you will be hearing this from ERC, Mrs. Kiropoulos. Finally, in this section, the user can find news about the circular economy in the European Union mostly. General information, the user can find the project description and objectives, this project, the BSB CirclEcon project. And last but not least is the quiz section. This is, let's say, like a game for the younger. The user can answer questions based on three categories: good practices, knowledge base, strategies, and is rewarded with 1 star for each correct answer. Instructions are presented on the start of each quiz. After finishing the quiz, the users see their score and a summary of the correct or wrong answers. After each wrong answer, the app presents information about the correct answer. All the questions are based on the previous sections and are here to help the users to check their comprehension of the values of the circular economy. Thank you very much, and let me inform you that survey is always at your disposal, and you can enter our site in order to learn more about the projects that you are implementing, regarding also other Interreg projects and other projects that help preventing the waste management. Thank you. Mrs. Kiropoulos now will come here to give you more about the app.
Why didn't change? I put the presentation on, but now, okay, lovely. My name is Lena Kiropoulos. I'm the Communication Project Manager of ERFC. I'm very happy to be here together with you because I'm a journalist, first of all, and we like to give another approach as considered the European programs. What you're going to see is actually how we interact. The cornerstone for CirclEcon project and program is how we're going to bring all the stakeholders together in synergies to achieve more awareness about the circular economy values. Tomorrow we're going to have some panels with executive persons that are going to speak about circular economy. Of course, Mr. Alkis Stavridis. We will have the General Manager in Circular Economy, Mr. Giorgos Kremlis, some recycle companies, Mr. Spiros Penkas. We're going to have advisor consultant companies. We're going to have together with us the employee agency in Greece, DIPA in Greece, Mrs. Yana Hormova, and also other very precious personalities that are going to contribute to the thing that we're going to say circular economy values. Of course, we're very glad to have with us other stakeholders from Bulgaria, from Italy, from Egypt, also from Turkey, from Georgia, and of course from Greece. Tomorrow our guest will be Mr. Staikos from Innovation Center in Germany, Krasenstein, and he's also the inventor of the first European 3D printed house in Europe, and he will bring an innovative material based on the circular bioeconomy values. Of course, Mr. Zalidis from IBEC, Dr. Mohamed Youssef, Mrs. Eleni Maloupa. I'm going to be very fast a little bit. We're going to have PDA together with us, Mr. Youssef Darwis, and of course our CEO, Mr. Petropoulos. We had discussed a little bit with the mayor of Thessaloniki, Mr. Zervas. He will join also. And now we're going to speak about the app and also the communication in order to close both topics. A very big thank you to Mrs. Demerzi for everything she has done and her guide so far for all this collaboration. So the app is based actually in the values that Mrs. Demerzi mentioned before. We're going to show you a short demonstration.
Here we can see the application. The application has 5 sections. The project, learn, best practices, play, news and events. In the project section there is a link to the official project website. We can visit the website, clicking here. And then go back to the application. In the Learn section, there are links to websites and educational videos where the student learn in a fun way. For example, here we can see a video. We can see the video playing here, where we can learn, the student can learn having fun. Another video. In the best practices section, there are links to related project websites. For example, here we can see the T extended project. Here we can see the official website of Upcycle Your Office project, and so on. Here we can see important information from each project. We can go back home. We have seen the project, learn and best practices. Now we can go to the play section. In the play section there are 5 subcategories. In each subcategory there are 3 questions. An image is hidden in each subcategory. Each time a player gives a correct answer to a question, a piece of the picture is revealed. When 3 correct answers are given, then the whole picture is revealed. For example, we can click the first subcategory and give a correct answer. Here we can see a part of the image. Go here, give another correct answer. We can see more part of the image. And then we give another answer and we see the whole image. We go to the next section.
We have to move on and now to start our presentation about the communication. Benvenuti, Holzgedinis, herzlich willkommen, dobre došle, what I miss, welcome, and of course, καλώς ήρθατε. So, in the app, the innovative part is that we have include real artists. That means real artists, they have offered their piece of arts to be included to the app, and this is also the purpose with the other countries as well, in order through the augmented reality and a QR code, somebody that's going to play with the app, to go inside and to find out who is the local artist in Georgia, who is the company that has achievements in circular economy in order to make something good for the society. Like this, we're going to empower the eco enterprises. We're going to have a relation with the museums, with hubs, and of course with corporate social responsibility actions. That brings synergy. We show, hang on a minute, something else that is very important also to mention, and this is synergy. Mrs. Demergy is also project manager about CB Carbon Free, and we want to see the opportunity how we can explore all together the synergy. For example, in many projects we have enterprises that they want to be informated and about the new protocols that are, let's say, the big European tendency for the markets. We used to be in Food Expo, where we have hosted Bulgarian companies that they had very minimized gas emission and zero waste management. And like this, CirclEcon has promoted values also in other chapters. So the first thing is to know us and to get better close to achieve more results. As considered now the communication, it is a synergy between Mr. Oleg Rubel, the head leader in 5T Odessa, and the communication manager of CirclEcon. The target was to achieve 50,000 views. Here you can see the website in Facebook. and to visit and to become also part of it. So we have run with our external social media campaign, also in Instagram about several topics in aim to strive bridges to general awareness. Not only this, in Ukraine we know they still have this war, so we had also this kind of approach. So, like we said, the partners of CirclEcon, they are really the key players in Mediterranean area, but we want also to be familiarized with other countries, to know all the actions that CirclEcon has promoted, and of course, why not to start to have synergies together. Something that we aim is the collaboration with the Association of European Journalists, and this is Mrs. Tsaousidou. We have synergies in 28 chapters, and we're going to promote all the actions that we're going to achieve together, also in 28 countries. For us, as journalists, it's very important to have the environmental journalism. Is the new tendency now in Europe. We're going to have interviews from companies that they have the eco policy. That means, for example, we said before, the children, they are going to paint, but with eco markers, with certified ISO products that they're certified for the safety of the children and the safety of ourselves. Now, I'm going to show you very fast our results about the media campaign. Give me a second. Here. So, like we said at the beginning, the target was to reach 50,000 views, and we have reached 284,335 people reach Facebook and Instagram as well. 2,010 people visited Facebook and Instagram pages. 218 new pages liked our Facebook, and 258 total Facebook page likes. Now we see the countries that they have done. This action is Ukraine, Turkey, Greece, Bulgaria, Italy, Romania, United Kingdom, Egypt, Germany, Tunisia. We made some carousels with the quotes that are related to circular economy. And like the first rule of marketing is to make it simple, because all together we can achieve more. Thank you.
So now we will have with us Mr. Konstantin Kosev from Varna Free University, who will tell us about the size of the project. Mr. Kosev, please.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we do. Yes, hello. We can hear you and we can see you also.
Hello, greetings from sunny Varna. I'm Konstantin Kosev. I'm the director of Technological Institute here in Varna Free University, and I'm involved in the project CirclEcon as well. I would like to share my presentations. Just a second. I think you can see it. We received the website and focused on three major fields for better sustainability and performance, which are security, functionality, and cell optimizations and adaptations. Security, these are some actions and models that we installed in the website, which will ensure the website is not exposed to the cyber criminals and to prevent exploitation of the websites in any way. Functionalities are actions and models installed for better sustainability and better performance of the websites. Models for backing up the contents to ensure the integrity of the site, and SEO optimization and adaptation. These are actions for better visualization of the site, better performance according to the Google Analytics and algorithms. For the field in the security, we implemented some models for backing up copies of the settings of the configuration of the websites and some of the content of the website. We've integrated some models for brute force attacks through some new models and security models that we installed. We scanned the website for malicious software and add-ons. We removed the malicious codes which were detected. We developed some security models for eliminating the automatic entrance of information in the contacts form from bots and etc. From functionality, we developed the model for contacts form, so every visitor can leave their feedback on the site. We developed a model for which is focused for the admins, so they can see if there is some new entries from the contacts form. We've updated all of the existing plugins, and we removed all the unnecessary demo content page on the and the news. One of which is something very important. We installed and configured the Elementor page editing plugin, which makes the import of the website contents very easily. We've embedded some video and new information to the website, installed the themes through the check for post-update issues. About the SEO optimization and adaptations, we've added some new information to the homepage to connect the project with the C platform space. We've added the new pages and photos to the website. We've made some integrations with Twitter and Instagram posts. We've created and set up the Google search engine console and also the Google metrics analytics to the website. We've created some open graph images and meta descriptions tags for every pages, and these are the results for the last 2 months. As you can see, we have a lot of visitors, more newcomers than returning, and these are the countries which are visiting this site. As you can see on the first 3 positions, these are the Greece, the United States, Bulgaria, Ukraine, Turkey, and etc. I've tried to be brief, so thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much. And now, Mrs. Aisha Akari, the project coordinator from the Department of Environmental Protection from the Samsun Metropolitan Municipality in Turkey. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Okay, here we go. Okay, there you go. My name is Aisha Akari. I'm running this project on behalf of the Samsun Metropolitan Municipality from Turkey. And when we look into the circular economy, this is a fairly new concept in Turkey that just started to take some actions in 2015. And ones are the wife, our current president, Mr. Erdogan's wife, Emine Erdogan, started a project called Zero Waste. This concept gained some momentum, and
the municipalities, the government has started to take more actions towards a more circular economy in Turkey. So Samsun is right in the middle of the Black Sea, and it's one of the 30 provinces of Turkey with the metropolitan municipality. And in our municipality, there are 17 districts, 17 separate municipalities that are connected to our metropolitan municipality. And the total population of Samsun is 1,356,079. And it's the 16th largest provinces in Turkey in terms of the population. Samsun has 17 districts. I already mentioned this, so I'm just going to skip this one. And there are 2 landfills in Samsun, and what they are doing is they are taking the waste from the municipality that are responsible of and taking those landfills, the waste to those landfills, and we do have a biogas plant. So with this biogas, they are burning the waste and producing some heat and also some energy. The waste plant is, the energy is coming from this biogas plant, and the heat is used for the, Sarah, neydi? A greenhouse, yes, thank you. And there is a greenhouse that they are heating and having these flowers that are used for the, for the parks in Samsun. And the municipality is really looking into a more green, a more carbon neutral, a more circular ways to implement this in their city, and because of that, it's taking a lot of actions, and the first thing that we need to do is create awareness. And we do educational classes for schools. Also, we go to different organizations. We also do give educations to our employees, to our staff, so they know when there is a waste, in which van it has to go. These are simple things, but without any knowledge, without any indication what to do, the waste, if you put it in a wrong bin, it's going to create a lot of extra activities. And these are some of the sites that the municipality has done in the past. And one of the actions we did during this project was a report, a regional report to see what the current situation is, how much Samsun is aware of circular economy, what we know about it. So in order to do that, we did some interviews with 17 different organizations, and 11 of them, they were from private sector. There is one law enforcement union, chambers, universities, there were 4. And we also did an interview with an NGO. And after this, the report has shown as the corporate companies, when I say that, and these are big companies that has financial power. If a company has the financial power, they are more able to use their waste and put it back into the system, into their production, or they do find some ways to reuse it. But if the small companies, which is most of the companies in Samsun, unfortunately, they do not have that power to do that, because some of the licenses are really expensive, and there is also some of the legislations is not clear, so there are some gaps. For instance, in one of the legislations, they are talking about getting a license, but it doesn't tell you where to get it. So the company goes and gets this license, but then the agency who's supposed to give that license doesn't accept that the license that he got it from, things like that. So, and also the Chamber of Commerce and Organized Industrial Directorate, they're aware of this issue, but unfortunately, they do not have the authority or the willingness to do it or take any actions towards the more circular economy or creating more awareness on that. And and during the interviews, it was also observed that the 85% of the companies realize circular economy in their enterprises as a rate of 98%. If we look on this scale, it's seen that the concept of circular economy is carried out well on the basis of corporate firms, and this is always coming off the mentality or making more money. You know, when you're a private company, you are looking into different ways to find more profit, even though this is coming from your waste. And it's also the national or regional unity regarding circular economy approaches or practices. There are some clashes in between them, and this is causing some problems when you try to apply it. And there are no licensed companies in our provinces, for instance, to recycle some of the materials, and those materials needs to be sent out, and there isn't any organization who is willing to take that action. And so also Alkis, I believe, he also shared a similar table like this during his presentation. So as you can see, if you look to the legislative maturity per country, Turkey is taking some actions, but of course it's not there yet. It has a lot, there's a long way to go, let's put it that way. And so as a conclusion, the questionnaires indicate that while there is an understanding of the concept of circular economy in our countries, there is very limited knowledge or experience of practices involved in the circular economy. And there is a massive and urgent necessity to raise awareness on circular economy policies and practices, and use these as means creating awareness, improving understanding, and affecting future policies. I mean, everything starts with a habit, and you need to continue create awareness till this habit is becoming a part of our lives. If you cannot do that, it doesn't matter if you do 1, 2, 3, activities to create awareness, it wouldn't be enough. So there is also a massive and urgent necessity to raise, I believe this is the same. Okay, so this is it. Thanks for your time.
And last but not least, we will listen to Mr. Oleg Rubel. He's from Ukraine, talking to us. He's a professor at the university in Odessa, and we will happily listen to his final presentation.
Hello, everybody of participants of the event. Many thanks for invitation, and many thanks for invitation for your event and for project, the huge and great project, CirclEcon. I'm working as a manager of the project, not from beginning, but from the middle of the project. But it's very interesting for me and for team of 5T office of Odessa municipality. Let me present to you the experience of expert training. That's a cycle of trainings for the specialists, for the students, for the teachers in Odessa region. We collect many very interesting trainers and start from the briefing, teaching the basic of the circular economy in the Black Sea region within the framework of the BSB 1021 CirclEcon project. It connected really with dissemination of idea of circular economy, and we collect and involved many serious decision makers of the region for this process, or the process of teaching. Our main teachers from University of Odessa start from the introduction of circular economy and make to show the main ideas and main information about the potential of circular economy in Ukraine and in South and Odessa region. Really, we connected with many other organizations, not only from Odessa, but in Lviv, in Kiev, and involved in this process. Really, the international law organization, environmental people law, involved in this process, and with the presentation of circular economy and legal mechanism of in Europe and in Ukraine, and international and discussion of the possibilities of implementation of circular economy with moderation of providing of a leader of teachers and professors of Odessa building maritime university building academy and other university from Odessa. The next day, April 26, connected with the legal support of the circular economy in Ukraine's strategy of environmental security and industrial plan of the Green Deal of Europe for the all of our participants, and with presentation of industrial models of circular economy. It involved many interesting trainers and many students and specialists from the region and across the region. Third day, April 27, connected with opportunities for the circular economy for the business and evolving of the business in our region, and involving of intellectual power in a business structure, and question of marine literature involved in our program for the teaching too. With a special methodology, you need to understand that very easy that our training was in Ukrainian language, as it's the approaches from the project to the most efficient dissemination in Ukrainian students and Ukrainian Ukrainian public. And the last day connected with the climate change questions and renewable energy, closing the cycle of trainings with the presentation and of certificates for all of our participants. All of participants is many people. They're really offline participants near 15, online participants more than 16, and 10 trainers connected with our training program. Many thanks for your attention.
Thank you very much, Oleg.
Welcome, Office.
I want once again to testify that I admire your endeavor and your efforts during the last 16 months. Me personally, I wouldn't have this courage to continue. Congratulations, Odessa. And for all of you that you make this visit and this attachment to us, I would like first of all to thank you, and just to have in mind that leaving from here, have it always in your brain. The circular economy is not a model of economy, it's a must of new way of life that we must immediately or even yesterday have adapted. Otherwise, we are living a planet without future for our children. Thank you very much.